The Vitamix ONE is a simplified version of their larger Vitamix machines. This will make smoothies, sauces, dressings, frozen desserts, and margaritas. This is a great machine if you don't need to make large batches of recipes or hot soups or thick recipes. This machine was not intended to be used with those recipes, so if you're looking for one that can, you might want to check out a full-size blender. Onto the price of the Vitamix ONE, it retails for about $250 USD, and for comparison, if you're looking to make larger batches or thicker items, the least expensive brand new full-size machine is the E310 at $350 USD at the time of recording. You can get a certified reconditioned full-size model at between $280 and $330, so if you're looking for a deal, I'd check those out. These are all base model Vitamixes, so you're not going to get that many features when it comes to these machines though. These are the most basic ones you can get, and it only gets more features and quieter and more powerful motors as the prices increase. I'll leave a link to those in the description if you're interested in checking those out. Speaking of links in the description, just to be transparent here, Vitamix did send me this machine, and the links in the description are affiliate links that support my channel and website at no cost to you. Vitamix did not pay me to make this review, nor are they seeing it before I post it. If you're interested in my method and ethics of reviewing products, check out the link below. Moving on to the container of the Vitamix ONE. The Vitamix ONE has a 32-ounce container, and this is great because it folds the ingredients around the sides of the container to make a consistent texture just like their larger 64-ounce containers do. The lid has a spot for the tamper, and you're going to need to use the tamper because things will get stuck around the edges that you actually have to peel off with this. So you'll be needing to use this, but the good part is you don't have to turn the blender off to use the tamper. There is a spot in the lid that you can put the tamper through, and it's really convenient when you're blending like thicker items, like really dense smoothies with frozen items, or you're just making something with a lot of leafy greens that get caught on the sides. This is great to use the tamper and just get those off the sides quickly without needing to turn the blender off. This is more common to run into while you're making smaller batches on larger containers, like their 64-ounce containers, but you still may have to use the tamper from time to time. The sharp stainless steel blades are half of the secret sauce as why a Vitamix can blend through such thick ingredients. The other half is the motor. And the controls on the motor base on the One are pretty simple. There's only one knob. This will turn the Vitamix on or off, or it will slowly ramp up the motor the more you turn the dial. Like I mentioned earlier, this motor isn't intended to blend soups or thick ingredients, so the motor isn't intended to be ran for more than 3 minutes at a time. This machine is powerful enough to break up those frozen ingredients though, so while it's not meant to be ran for more than 3 minutes at a time, it is capable of breaking up those frozen fruits that you will be using in smoothies and other frozen desserts. So that was one thing I was curious about, since it's not intended to be ran for very long, like over 3 minutes. Does it have problems breaking up items? And another thing I was curious about was, since it has the variable dial, if you were to accidentally unplug this machine while you're mid-blend, what happens when you plug it back in and this is not in the off position? It turns out if you unplug this and plug it back in while the dial is still in the middle, the machine will just turn right on. I know this probably isn't the recommended way of turning this on and off, but it was something I was curious about because most people leave their Vitamixes on their countertops, and it's possible to unknowingly bump the dial while the machine is off. It would be difficult to do since there is a bump there, but it's not impossible. Just something to keep in mind if you're always keeping this machine on your counter. Make sure it is turned in the off position before plugging it in. The One has a pretty small footprint and it can fit under cabinets that are 16 inches and higher. The only reason I'm saying this is because I had an A2500 and that A2500 is 17 inches high, and I learned that the hard way, my countertop clearance was only 16 inches at my old house. So I couldn't leave the container on the motor base and leave it under my cabinets. I had to leave the container next to the motor base, and it just took up more space on my counter. It's a very specific problem, but it is something to note. One of my favorite parts about Vitamix blenders is that they're so powerful they can clean themselves after they're done making a smoothie or other light blends. Whenever I make a smoothie, I pour the contents into the container, and then I just rinse out the Vitamix container, put a little bit of water in a dot of dish soap, and then I put it back on the base and start it on high for about a minute. While I'm drinking my smoothie, this container is cleaning itself, and it's just one less thing that I have to do, and it just makes making a smoothie a little bit easier because I don't have to clean up after I'm done. When it comes to warranties, the Vitamix warranty is one of the best. They cover parts, labor, and shipping both ways. The Vitamix One comes with a 2-year warranty. I don't know why I'm pointing with the tamper. To compare this to their full-size mid-tier models that have 5 and 7-year warranties, or to their high-end Ascent machines that have 10-year warranties, it might not seem like that long of a time. Again, this is the base model entry-level Vitamix, and the warranty duration really reflects that. If you're looking for a longer warranty, you'll have to bump up to a full-size machine. And speaking of full-size Vitamix, why would someone purchase this machine over a full-size one? The first reason being price. This comes in at least $100 cheaper, and if you only plan on making small batches of smoothies or have a small space, this is perfect for you. The full-size machines take up more counter space than this compact one, and if cabinet height is an issue, this would be a great way to have a low-profile machine that you can keep on your countertop. So what do you think of the Vitamix One? Do you think it's the right size, or do you need to step up to a full-size machine? Let me know in the comments down below. Links to all these products that I use will be in the description and on my blog post on my website. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in seeing more. Subscribe to this channel. I want to make more videos in the future, and I would love to have you guys around for it. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this, and thank you for sticking around to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.